Okay, let me make sure I'm online. Okay. Hello, I'm Alex from A.P. Inc. So today I'm going to be picking up where I left off quite a while ago, creating kind of my own alphabet and numbers. So I've already got all of the alphabet done. I had left off with trying to create numbers to go along with the letters. So I've got most of the numbers already done. I just had 4 left to decide on, which I think these work just fine. So I'm going to ink these. I originally planned on creating stamps out of these, but right now, I don't know, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to ink these really quick. And I think I had been using a 1.0 fine liner on these. So I'm going to ink these really quick. And then I was thinking about creating kind of a more scripted uh, alphabet. So these are quite boxy. So scripted would be like hand script. So a bit um thin, I guess. More rounded. But I want to try to create the same. So for these boxy letters, I tried to create the lowercase within the structure of the uppercase. I want to see if I can do the same thing, but a more rounded look. Like, I might come back to this and just hang out with you guys at some point in the future and make these stamps or something. But I'm still letting my hand kind of rest, even with all the drawing I'm doing. And I think sitting here right now with an X-Acto knife, trying to cut foam out, isn't really the best idea. So that's 8. 9. Six. Seven. Okay. How to do these a bit more rounded. So I'd given myself 1 3/4 inch across. That's 1 3/4 inch by a little over 2 1/4. I mean, I don't necessarily have to stay within these parameters, but just to give me kind of I don't know, a baseline, I guess. So oh, yeah, I'm not gonna find A because I've got it actually in a book. In a sketchbook. I think I have it on my computer though. Let me just look. Sorry, I'm just looking through my files. I thought I had A saved. Okay, so I guess I don't have A saved by itself, but I have it saved here. So that's my version of A. So my attempt was to try to get the outer A as the uppercase, and then the inner cutouts are lowercase a's. Okay, so going by that, how I should do a more scripted A. I'm just trying to think this one through. Excuse me. It shouldn't be that hard. It's just a matter of trying to figure out a thinner A, more round, less square. I know I've already said that. I'm just trying to think this out, like out loud. Okay, if I went for more rounded, but adding uppercase with lowercase. How weird would it be? I'm still just trying to figure this out, so I don't know if I'm going to go with this style or go this way. Trying to so it's not necessarily um centered. That's intentional because I thought if I kind of off center this, and then I'll make the letter the thickness of the fine liner. So I'll probably still stick with the 1.0, but maybe to offset the off center, to try and put the lowercase in here. Like it might be a bit too abstract. Uppercase, lowercase. If it even comes off as an A. So let me just look at my references really quick. I know it seems silly to have a reference for the alphabet, but I do. So something along this, where I know these are still kind of boxy, but this kind of style A, lowercase a, if I should have it kind of pushing out, maybe this is a bit too abstract. If I should have the round, if I should have the lowercase push out the outer or the uppercase. See, I think it would be way too abstract if I took out that outer section. So uppercase, lowercase. I don't know. Just to see how far I can take this concept, I'm gonna mock up, I think for B and C, and see what that looks like. So one and 3/4. By 2 1/4, give or take. I guess I got kicked offline. So I'm just gonna make the same measurements. So B, C. Okay, so trying to stay within this. B. I think to kind of offset the bottom bubble from the top bubble. I'm not going to copy my square versions, but just to look at it. So there's B and there's C. So there's the uppercase B. But I think just to set this style B apart from this style B, if I could get away that would make it a bit too boxy if I cut in this outer side. But if again this is too abstract for adding the lowercase b. For actually carving in like that. Is it boxy though? I mean, it kind of is. Maybe it's just a matter of kind of rounding this out a bit more, making it less fat, I guess. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'll do a few more, let it sit, and see if when I come back to this, if it actually makes sense. So potentially A, potentially B. So for C, there's still kind of a boxy C. For the lowercase c, maybe between now, excuse me, and next time, because I kind of don't like this, maybe between now and next time I will have a chance of thinking of something else. See, if I go this route, I'm trying to figure if I should just leave it like this or if there should be a cutout. See, I didn't put any kind of cutout here. So potentially A, potentially B, C. I suppose I don't have to give myself that space, because these are coming out a lot smaller. But just so I continue to have a framework to try to stay within, just because. Okay, so if I stay within, yeah, if I stay within this, D bumps out the other way. There's D. If I do it this way, to try to imply, or to still have like a cutout. Okay, D. And then for the lowercase e, Okay. I think I was gonna fit another one here, but I think to leave it 2 per, because I don't know if I really like the direction these are going. This is graph paper glued on top of index cards for stability. I was using the graph paper just to try to keep it square. Okay. F. Here's F. Here's G. Trying to stay on top of the index card just for the stability. F. Potentially an uppercase G. Let me clean this up. It got a little muddy. Okay. I mean, maybe it'll look different after I do the line art, but that gives me A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm not going to do the line art now. I'm going to let this set and come back to it, see if I really like it. I know I'm just repeating myself. Decide if I like it, if I come up with another idea between now and my next session on this. If you'd like to hang out with me for that, please make sure that you're following me and that your notifications are turned on. But other than that, I am going to leave this one here. Thank you to anybody who watched or watches. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.